Hi, my name is Jeff Driscoll, and what we're doing today is we're going to film some aspects of Kosho, some concepts and principles for throwing. The important thing to remember about these concepts and principles in the art of Kosho is that they apply to all martial arts styles and systems. So what we're going to show you in here, you don't even have to be a practitioner of Kosho to use these things. They will work in your other martial arts. But we're just going to give you an overview a little bit on some tips for throwing and how to implement them with the concepts and principles to make your throwing more effective. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing we want to talk about when it comes to effective throwing is your escaping arts. Your ability to reposition and take different ground when an opponent attacks you makes them over-rotate or cross their center to find you. Okay? Without doing that, you're going to meet the person's mass. For instance, if he throws a punch at me and I step straight back and I block this, I have not done anything to make this man uncomfortable. Okay, so it's very easy for him to follow through with another punch. Okay, the idea behind your escaping is that you're never where your opponent expects you to be. So he throws a punch, okay, I slip to the outside. Now, as this man goes to rotate, he's got a lot of work to do here. This shoulder, this hip, this knee has to rotate in a retracting manner in order to project the projecting side shoulder and hip and knee. Okay? So when this man does this, as he rotates slowly, anything that you do to affect his body will manipulate his rotation and cause him to be weak. Okay? This is very, very important in Kosho throwing and in throwing in general. Right? So if he throws a punch and I slip inside, okay, I've slipped inside, it looks like, okay, let's do it from this side. Okay, he throws a punch, I slip inside. Now he seems to have had me. I'm not moving a whole lot, but what I'm doing is I'm creating a lean to this angle here, to the side. So in actuality, don't punch yet. In actuality, my head is here, but actually I'm here. So as he goes to rotate, I'm really inside of him. Okay, so your leaning factor, very important in your escaping. Okay, so in this instance, I'm going to slip to the inside. Now, as this man rotates, I'm going to hit center. Okay, I'm going to take center. I'm not going to worry about blocking this punch. I'm going to, as he moves, I'm going to hit center, which loosens him up, and then I'm going to guide this arm and continue my throw. Back. Okay, you get it. Okay. So he punches. I shift out. I shift in. He goes to rotate. I shift, move this, and create the throw. Right? The idea is that you have to move on motion. You have to move with your partner. There is no being stagnant in this. Punches, slip. Okay, notice the hands are in a position where you can use them. They're not here. Okay, so as he rotates, here's a hit. His arm continues to move. I create a fold by creasing this elbow, and I arch this head. From here, I'm going to remove the pedestal leg, which keeps him up. Okay, one more time. Punches, you slip inside, he rotates, there's a hit. I'm going to continue rotating and take him to the ground. Okay. When we come back, we'll elaborate. So now what we're going to do, we're going to show you the same thing from the outside. The technique we just did, realize that your leaning factor is from before the punch starts, there's a shift in my weight this direction, which has him punching here. Okay. As he punches, this little slip gets me to the inside of that punch. Now my body structure is leaning slightly to my right leg, which moves my center, moves my head. Okay? My left foot is up on the ball of the foot, which creates that lean for me. I'm not actually leaning my spine out over beyond my feet. Okay? From here, as he moves, this hit repels me back onto that heel. All right? I make contact here, and I start to create a crease on his elbow and arch his spine. And then I remove that pedestal leg. That pedestal leg is what helps keep him up. Okay? So here, he moves, boom, this hit is here. All right? Now this foot is what is keeping him up. So I want to take this person to the point of where they are just totally, their kazushi or their balance is broken. I remove the foot. It takes away the balance structure that helps keep him up. Okay? Now we're going to go from the outside. Okay? So from the outside, he throws a punch. I shift, I'm here. Okay? Notice the hands are always where you can use them. Okay? Not this. All right? This is going to give him, he's going to get time to rotate and hit me, and then I'm going to have to act in a defensive manner instead of an offensive manner. So he's going to punch, I slip, my hands are here. They're camouflaged, so he doesn't see them. As he rotates, same thing takes place. Okay? Back, punch. So I'm here. He rotates, I escape, I hit, I start to create a fold on his body, I arch his spine, I remove the pedestal leg, and the person goes down. So he punches, I shift out, he rotates this hip, okay? I escape to the inside, I continue the rotation, and the person goes down. Okay, so we'll elaborate on this. Okay, now, we're going to take some pieces and show you why those two self-defense techniques work. First of all, the thing you have to remember is you have to fold the body structure in order to make it fall down, right? And the elbows and the creases of the body help with that. For instance, you have a big crease right here. Right? So if I'm here and he rotates, boom, this hit has an effect on his body. See the creasing of the knees, okay? The creasing at the waist crease. All right. So when you're doing your hits, they're manipulatory hits. Manipulatory hits are hits used to create an effect on the body, which weaken the structure, which allow you whatever you want, whatever your purpose is. In this instance, is throwing. So just a way to show you how that works a little bit. Let's say the man grabs, okay? From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after the elbow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to manipulate the elbow in, okay? That causes a crease on his body. Then I'm going to go for the crease on his neck. Now I keep the pressure here, and what I do is I rotate the body, okay? Now right now my left leg is the leg that is keeping him up. So what I need to do is I need to keep rotating in that manner. I need to remove the left leg, and the person goes down. So he grabs, I immediately start moving, okay? One thing you don't want to do is, A, you don't want to offer him your arm because now he's structured and I'm not, okay? I'm off balance, okay? You make him reach for your hand, and as soon as he does, you start the rotation and you move the elbow in so it creases. You immediately, this is a hit coming in, and then what I do is arch the head so that the nose is up. Now I create this. Now I have to keep my hands the same distance apart. I'm going to rotate my center to put pressure on his spine, and then I remove the leg. Okay? When you deal with creasing, you're going to deal with the elbow a lot because if the man's punching me, okay, the elbow is closer to me. Okay, it's easier for me to affect. So the way I suggest people start this out is we start with grabs because grabs are less threatening. And since you can work this drill a little bit, you can gain an understanding of how to create better throwing. All right, so let's say he grabs here. Okay, immediately I want to hit to loosen. I crease the elbow. When you crease the elbow, the knees crease also. Okay, so I cut into the elbow, and then I immediately go to the head. I create an arch. From here, I continue this. The person goes down. He grabs, so bang, immediately hit, then crease, then hit. Okay, if you want to follow up and hit, you can do it from there. All right. Let's say he grabs with the opposite arm and grabs here, okay? I can hit, crease, arch, and continue the throw. Right, so the whole idea is crease the elbow, crease the knees. Go after the spine, go after the neck, and crease the neck. Man is very off balance when you take his head and you take it out beyond his feet. Okay, that's the whole idea behind this. Okay? We can take this drill and we can work it from anywhere. I might be standing talking to somebody here, he comes up and grabs here. Immediately after the grab, I want to manipulate structure by using a hit. Because when a person grabs, usually they're going to strike. So he goes and grabs. As soon as I feel this, I put this to the head. I create a fold on the elbow, an arch on the spine, and I create a rotation for the man to fall down. Okay? We'll come back and we'll explore this a little bit more. Okay, to close this out, I want you to understand how important the creases are on the body, okay? And so when you manipulate a wrist joint and put a pain move on him, look at how the rest of the body responds, okay? If he grabs me here and I cut into an elbow, creases his body, okay? Also realize that when somebody's grabbing you, okay, I have other creases that I can use here also, okay? So I might be here, I might use the knee crease, okay? And then I'm going to come right forward, okay? He may throw a punch at me, and I slip the punch, okay? I may crease his waist, and then use his limbs to create the throw. So realize that everywhere you have a joint, especially knees, hips, waist crease, shoulders can be used, but they're a little difficult to manipulate depending on the person's strength, elbows and wrists, and then the big one also is the neck crease, okay? So be aware of those creases, and in future videos we'll show you how to use those, okay? So we're going to come back, we're going to close on this.
Okay, if you'd like to learn more about Kosho, we just had a book published. It's titled Ultimate Kempo. And in this book we cover striking, locking, throwing, we cover escaping, and we cover a lot of the concepts and principles that deal with martial arts movement. You do not have to be a practitioner of Kosho to get something from this book. So if you'd like to learn more, there's also a DVD included which will take you through some of the stuff in the book and give you a better understanding. So if you'd like the book, go to Amazon.com and purchase it, or email me at my email address. Thank you very much.